Me and the boys are just hanging out at the berm. Primo. So in my last video, I mentioned that I'd moved to the Bay of Plenty. What I didn't mention was that I'd moved to a small farm, otherwise known as a lifestyle block, and that means large paddocks. This is what I call the back paddock, because it's behind the house, and it's also where I intend to build some new trails. Oh yeah, and the property also came with a couple of alpacas. They're pretty buzzy. So the plan is to make a few trails, all starting at the trailhead, otherwise known as the top gate. This is where the boundary of my property is. For my first trail, I'd like to make a flow trail, so I'll start it by pointing down the hill a little bit to gain some speed, and then going into a nice left-handed berm. This will shoot me along the side of the hill, making good use of my elevation that I have. But before I do anything, that grass is way too long, so it's time to pull out my favourite bit of kit. So now that we've got a better idea of what's beneath the grass and a rough trail laid out, it's time to start raking and digging. Cue the build laps. Baking out. Quite happy just watching me, but I ain't grabbing a shovel. Oh, my voice gets wet. Morning everybody. So as you can see, I made quite a bit of progress yesterday. Just got the berm built up a bit more, got the start all tidied up. So now it's just time to finish the run out. It needs quite a bit of water, it's still quite dusty, so I'm going to have to grab my trusty watering can and make sure that that gets nice and hard before I can ride it. Alright everybody, it's actually a new day now and it's been a few days. I figured I would let this berm settle in a little bit, pack it down real nice and hard. So I've just finished watering it and I just cannot wait to ride it.
As you can see, I added in a little bit more of a run out here, and I actually added some drainage at the bottom here just so that the berm wouldn't fill up with water on a heavy rain. Even though it's super dry right now, it's still really important to have that in there. I've got my bike up the top waiting for me to get on it, and we're about to send this thing. Alright, that was an epic way to start this trail. A nice smooth flowy berm that feels like butter under the wheels and shoots you straight down the side of the hill. So I've packed it in a little bit more after riding it. It is really dusty. I'm waiting for a good rain to come, but so far these last couple of weeks have been super dry. For my next video I am going to continue the trail down a bit further, and I'm going to be adding features as I go. If you want to find out what those features are, you just have to subscribe and wait till next time. Until then, happy trails everybody.